All right, guys. Whatever Mitch says today, he's gonna say it with a Darth Vader type of voice or whatever.
Yeah,
apparently.
no, it's Darth.
Drink your teas if you want to have this deep voice.
All right, so you've got like a filter on or something?
No filter. No filter. The truth
It's
is
like his microphone fucks up.
The truth is language, sir. Language.
Whatever. How many times has Zunaid sworn?
Right,
And now you're telling me language.
Whoa! I never swore.
That's
Oh,
okay.
please.
That's okay. Hey, the truth is, Ms. Mitch is having to fight with his computer right now.
YOLO is not a curse word.
That's okay.
What?
It's okay. And it is what it is. All right.
You should have kept it.
Let's start the show here. Let's start the show.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Did anyone
What's
have
going
a
on?
freeze for them, or is it just me?
No,
What?
it happens sometimes when your bandwidth slows down, but it doesn't freeze for the viewers.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Live Trading with Benzinga, Spencer, Mitch, Zunaid, and Ryan. And if today is anything like yesterday, it's going to be a fun day.
Yes.
Too loud, Victor? Well, wake on up.
The voice just makes it
The
that
voice
much
throws
better.
me off.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, man. So
Do you not like my voice?
Oh my goodness.
here's what happened. For real, though. It's nothing to do with Mitch's computer. Mitch is in the witness. He's in the stock market protection program because
The suits are trying to shut me down.
because he knows the truth about GameStop and Citadel, and he's in an undisclosed location. He has to change. We have to change his voice so nobody recognizes. But
well,
He's
I
in
will
Colorado.
say
SEC.
he's
full disclosure. Full disclosure. You won't find me in Denver, so let's try looking.
all right.
But full disclosure, long AMC, is this the day that the meme stocks come back roaring, baby?
I don't know. Ryan, since you're sharing your screen, why don't you start and tell us what's on your mind here? Bed Bath, I see.
Yeah. So the first thing that's on my mind here is obviously what we saw yesterday with Car. Did you see that? Did you see that? The gremlins are in the computer. I wish I had that on video right now so I could send that to the dev team. Anyway,
Just have them watch a YouTube video back, maybe.
hold on. I have to get the chart fixed here. Okay. So the reason that I'm watching this is because yesterday with the madness of Car, we might have a similar type of setup here today. One of the things that our happy hour crew discussed yesterday was that with Car, they announced this buyback, and in some cases, the company can start buying the shares back immediately. So the suspicion was that they started this buyback yesterday when the market opened and started to jam the shorts that were in that name. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond also has high shorts in this name. We'll see if they trigger any type of squeeze here today, but I'm definitely going to watch this. Shout out to Car. I'm also going to watch this. We could have some second day shenanigans here. I don't think it's going to run the 500, but there still might be some opportunities to trade here. So I'm going to be watching Bed Bath & Beyond today. One more thing. We might have yet another one of these setups in Wayfair, okay, because they're going to report earnings tomorrow morning. They also have high short. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to be watching a lot of these stocks, see how they trade today. One more stock that I'm going to be watching. This is actually one that I hold calls in. This is INOD. This is a data company that reports tomorrow. I think that their report is going to be killer. So I'm in this via calls. Understand that the call position that I'm in is based off of profit. I have no problem losing 100% of that. Something is going on with the charts. You saw that happen, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, do you guys remember the olden days when Avis was at 195 and we thought that was like hilarious and it was going
You mean so last Thursday?
no, like yesterday, like
That
literally like 23 and a half hours ago, like when it was at 195. Oh, looks like it's going to 200. Oh my gosh, $200. Yeah, that was fun.
I just love the fact that here we sat at like 9:32 or 9:42, and it's like, oh, car is about to hit 200, and then it hits 5.
Yeah, this is why this time of day is the most fun. I would even argue it's more fun than the close, frankly. Is this 9:15 to 10:15 window is when all the shenanigans happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree, man.
Yeah. Zunaid, what are you watching today, man?
Yeah, so definitely, I have a question, Ryan. Can a company go ahead and buy back stock in the after hours as soon as they've announced it?
No, I believe, Spencer, correct me on this if I'm wrong. I believe that buybacks can only happen during the regular session when the volume is ample.
Yes.
That is very key to know, because I would have assumed otherwise if I wasn't educated on it just now, that's why we went all the way to about $3,200 in BBBY. But yeah, looks like in the pre-market, I think it's the 25 level in BBBY. Yep, right there. That looks to be holding just now. And of course, you got the high of 31.98. AMB went ahead and across the 125 that we were looking at, waiting for this one to possibly test all-time highs again, like it did yesterday. And hopefully it climbs towards 150 towards the end of the year. So I might get some long contracts for this one here. Another one that I'm taking a look at is going to be Nvidia, as they've had a lot of great success here. As long as the 265 holds, I'm going to try to get into this one. If not, I'll look for a bounce at 260. Apple, something else here, is looking to kind of stay within that 150. That 150 has kind of been really tough for Apple to stay above. So I'm looking to see if any option contracts come into this one, and then we can go long on that side. So for me today, it all based on what options contract come in. Speaking of options contract, Ryan, I don't know if you saw, but on Twitter, I went ahead and posted on ours that for BBBY, someone purchased $200,000 worth of $20 calls that expire on November 19th. And that will now be worth probably $1 million maybe at the open. So whoever made that trade 4 minutes before the close, feeling pretty good.
Wow.
That's a good one. And real quick, one more. We're going to watch Tesla today. I see JD's in the chat here. What's going on, dude? We're going to be watching Tesla today. You're looking for a long side trade, I think, above 1190 on a break on the little here. Let me pull up the chart. It'll be easier for me to describe. Yesterday, we had a little pop near the close right here. I think if we take this level out, you might see a little juice here. So going to be watching Tesla today as well.
Nice.
All right, Mitch, let's get to you. Let's get to your charts here. We got GameStop up on there. Oh, boy.
That's the only thing you should be watching today for the memes.
The only thing you should be watching today.
The only thing. The reason why? This is what led. I know that a lot of people are thinking it's triple BY, but that's if you probably weren't watching GameStop make the first push. So if you actually look here, we actually got this first push on Monday. This was the first push that got us over that $200 level where it started looking like a technical breakout in GME. This is what I think put it on radar for all the Wall Street bets, the Reddit traders. They are focused on two stocks, GME and AMC. When those two move, it's going to cause reactionary moves in the other stocks. So I know that some people are blaming it on triple BY, but I think it was GME that really started the interest in going back to the meme stocks. And then yesterday, kind of seeing that car move gave those types of traders the moment that maybe this is the cycle again to get the next wave up. So to me, GME is all about 200. That's the price point you got to watch. Now we're past that 200 price point. This is what's important now. As long as we can hold that 200, I'm seeing GME make a move to 300. And if it makes a move to 300, you can definitely expect these other meme stocks to get a sympathy reaction. That's what I'm watching, guys. That's why I'm long AMC. And a lot of AMC's fundamentals are starting to look and point to the upside. Reason why is because you're starting to see what numbers come back to pre-pandemic levels. This is very important because this starts to story over that they're not suffering from the pandemic anymore. And now it's just to bring new seats. And you're seeing what every movie that starts being released now is not going to go directly to the consumer. A lot of them are going to be 30 days in theater and then go to the streaming services. This is exclusivity that AMC is fighting for, Cinemark and IMAX are fighting for. And I think they got it down packed, and it's a new story. So That's the way I see it, guys.
All right. So we're
Now let me call some stocks really quickly. I've been calling out a lot of specialty retail, right? So a couple ones that I've been calling out are OSTK. I called that one out to 100. We hit that one yesterday. We're already starting to rip. I'm looking for this one to make a move towards 120. Look at these last couple of candles on Overstock, really strong. With this, I'm also long Wayfair. I'm long down here at the 238s. Had a tough day yesterday because it pulled back all the way to 242, but then ended up closing all the way back here towards 256. So we just want to see 250s hold, and we'll see if Wayfair can get that lift. Another one that I gave out a while back was BGFV. Look at this one. Now it's really setting up. Just got through that resistance, which was the trend line. Now it's pulling back to it. You want to see it hold 26 on pullbacks, start that trend back up there towards 30. That's BGFV.
Hey, Barry Manilow,
one.
really quick. Are you going to hold Wayfair through the print, or are you trading
Yes.
it into the earnings?
I'm right now, as long as it continues the bullish trend back towards, let's say, 270s, like if we get a good move through 260s today, I'll continue holding it through the earnings. Reason why is I'm getting to the push where I think even on a bad earnings, maybe it knocks down to 230s, but I don't see it as that much of a downside risk when I'm in at 238s. And really, this is kind of more of a supply issue type of move into winter that I'm looking at to keep trading. Solar has remained hot, did have a big pullback yesterday. So that was a big pullback opportunity in a lot of these names. Names like SPWR pulled back, nice pullback there. You can look at FSLR, ENPH pulled back. You see, so a lot of these kind of took like a moment there. So look for these to continue strong. This is one that I liked also that I called earlier in the week, Beam. I'm looking for this one to continue through 35. Look how you got those multiple highs, multiple lows to go off of right there, $32 level. I do like this one. And I'm going to keep watch on a bunch of these names because you've been seeing the continued momentum in a lot of this. This is why I like to stick with industry, you guys. One stock that I'm expecting to continue moving on up today is in the specialty is DKS. That's another one that I've called out that I'm looking to continue to strengthen after it filled the gap on the downside. Let's see it start attacking back up there towards the resistance of 140 and 145. If you want to watch DKS, you could also BGFV and Nike. Look for those to continue on their trend. You see how Nike's been uptrending? That's a nice move. What did it do? It came down, filled some of the gap, and then pushed back up. Same kind of move I'm expecting in DKS. And as you guys see, I got a lot of stocks on my radar, but we'll keep going.
Awesome. Yeah, it is 9:19, so we're about 10 minutes and change here from the open. Sure to be a interesting one. I'm watching, broadly speaking, the stay-at-home stocks. We have a couple that well, not more than a couple, but today in particular, we had a few what I would call stay-at-home plays report pretty tough quarters, right? Wingstop, ATVI, well, that was more of a game delay, but I'm interested if there's going to be weakness at the open, after the open, follow-through weakness in stay-at-home names. I'm talking like Zoom. And I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm just theorizing here. It's going to be one of those days where they all sort of trade together. So I'm sort of watching, names like Teladoc, names like Zoom, names like Peloton off the open. Wondering if they're going to trade down and then maybe look for, maybe try to sell any rip into if it's going to be one of those days, right? But that's sort of my idea here is that we could see weakness off the open and in stay-at-home plays. But I don't know. It's just a guess. Also, there's a bunch of earnings that we did not yet cover this morning. T-Mobile, which is a massive downtrend here, is higher this morning off their report. So every rip has been a rip to sell in T-Mobile. So I'm watching that. CVS in an uptrend and ripping higher. So, watching that as well. And just watching to see if any of these stocks that have gotten punished are going to see any sympathy buying. Like Zillow has gotten absolutely crushed. At some point, you got to wonder if Zillow is just like it's a little bit. It's kind of like the Alibaba thing, right? Because like Alibaba got down to 138, and all right, and that was the bottom. Of course, we don't know the bottom when we're in the moment, but like Baba going from 319 to 138, Zillow going from 208 to 69 this morning. I mean, or 208 in February to 69 this morning. It just feels like, okay, this is a little bit of an oversold situation. At some point, buyers will come into Zillow. I don't know when. I don't know if it'll be today, but you got to figure that at some point. People start to at least understand that that's enough in Zillow. That's enough, right?
Well, hang on. I'd like to add to Zillow. Again, one of our happy hour regulars is a realtor. So Felicia is our liaison to the real estate market. Her real estate knowledge and work is extensive, and she delivered her report yesterday. She said she listened to the entire conference call. They overextended themselves and kept referring to capital risk and volatility. They did it like 20 times. They blamed labor and supply chains, increased holding time, and need to risk too much equity as the reasons for killing the program. Basically, they couldn't find a way to make flipping houses profitable. And when they looked at scaling up the picture, it became even bleaker. So, I mean, to your point about enough is enough, you're right. At some point, buyers are going to step in. But what it sounds like is they tried something new. They hired a whole bunch of people for it. They realized it was the wrong people, and they failed.
The other thing is, though, like, this is probably like Zillow is a 15, 16-year-old company. It's been public since 2015, right? This is the kind of move that you applaud, for a company that's in its earlier phases, and maybe they've been public for like a year or two, right? But the more mature you get as a company, I think the less forgiving the public is when you admit a screw up like this, and that's fine to screw up and hey, they're cutting their losses, right? They're admitting they're wrong and they're stopping the iBuying program, fine. But people become less forgiving the more mature of a company you are, right? This kind of move, if it was some new EV, I don't know, EV company, but if it was some new hot startup, it would be forgiven, right? Move fast, break things, and move on. But because it's Zillow, 15 years old, not a new company really, I think people are sensitive to these types of things. But hey, I give them credit for trying something new, saying, hey, it's not working, and we're done.
I think, one of the things that is going on too also is the environment that they did this in, right? And that can be a huge factor in why it wasn't a success. So one thing that happened in 2020 was housing went up, let's say 20%, the prices, right? I think they bought at that 20% and thought that the following year would bring another 10% increase or 20% increase in value. And that's not what's happened in 2021. The houses have started to slow down on that raise in price and inflation, and they bought at the top. That is horrible. That's the truth. They bought at the top.
Yep. Yeah, that's it, man.
Well, they also caused the top in some aspect.
No.
You don't think so?
No. I saw.
You don't think?
Bringing
You don't
the
think?
rumors.
You
Bringing
don't.
the
Well, no,
rumors.
hold on. You don't think that them buying all those houses caused the market to go up more than it would have otherwise?
No.
I agree with Zunaid.
No, because
they bought so many
agree with you,
houses.
Zunaid.
Did they buy so many houses?
They
Yes.
bought like what? I'm gonna
Over
have to
200 houses or something like that?
200?
It was more than. I was more than 200, I believe.
No,
but
they're
we'll have to go back and check.
They're trying to
that.
offload 7,000 right now, nationwide.
7,000.
Nationwide.
7,000 houses, though. Times that by the value.
No. Zunaid is saying that Zillow drove up the price in the markets that they're in.
Well,
when you buy up a bunch of them,
yeah, were they outbidding
what I mean?
people? That's what we need to know.
No, but the quantity of homes that they're buying was nowhere near the amount that you would need to actually drive up the price of these homes.
You don't think there could have been a domino effect with a company continuously buying so many that others also know that they're doing it, therefore they're trying to make sure that they can flip it to Zillow or whatever else? I mean, I don't know.
Look, maybe it encouraged some people to sell because they'll be able to sell like a snap of their fingers. They can sell to Zillow, but Zillow themselves is not responsible for driving up the price of homes. I think that's a misnomer. There was a viral TikTok about this like a month ago, and I think it's just wrong because the number of homes they were buying, they're trying to offload 7,000 homes nationwide. That is a fraction of a drop in the ocean. 7,000? That's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, 2.8 billion is what they're looking to sell.
Since we're live trading, let's talk about this as you can actually use the information, you know, because it's not about the debate here.
Yes,
it's about maybe shorting Open today, or maybe shorting Redfin today, or maybe shorting OPAD today.
It's so tough.
This was a flipping stock, literally flipping houses stock. So this could get destroyed today. Stocks like this could get hit hard. So that's what we're going to be paying attention. And that will give you the insight on how everyone's feeling on the overall industry. As you guys can see, Open turned around pretty significantly there. They were looking really on the upside. I mean, Open has been doing really well, but this might turn around the story. And this is why I always talk about how stories can change. You need to stay with the story, because if the story changes, all of a sudden Open can be fighting to get up, even though it's a growing business. And so you got to be careful with that today. And so that's what I think is important here, is focusing on if these become a short, we'll see what happens.
All right, so early, on our last show, I teased a special guest today. The special guest will be coming on tomorrow, so I'm going to leave you hanging on that for 24 hours. No special guest today.
Also, hey, we've got funware today, though. That's something else to look forward to.
We do have funware
at noon.
At noon Eastern time, we're doing a fireside chat on Benzinga Live with funware, and not just the company, not just the COO Randall Crowder, and we're going to bring in a guest host / moderator, not sure what you want to call it, who is also involved with funware. And we're gonna do a little fireside chat today at 12 o'clock.
Awesome. So hey, he says the word TRUMP, and that stock might just go crazy.
We'll see what happens. Ryan, did you by any chance trade Best ever?
No, I was watching it on.
No, you never got it.
No, that thing absolutely.
I saw that thing turned around. What happened with this down candle? I don't know if that was an earnings one, but USAK still looking really strong. I'd call out that one. Another one I'd call out is Ryder in the same U.S. trucking kind of system. I think you could see this one get back up there towards the 90s. You got a nice support there, 85s or 84, 88s. Could see this one getting back up there. I've been watching this trucking, man. Trucking is going to be important if we're going to get out of this supply issue. So as you guys can see, trucking has really been extended. My index has it up about 14% in just about 19 days. So you're talking about from the 14th of October, it's already up about 13%. So the industry continues to make moves on up. One of the things that I always look at is for some volume. And you got a massive volume here. So it looks like I think we're going to get a breakout through this. So you can continue to look for other trucking stocks and kind of follow this here. High capitalizations, those you could take a look at some of these to see if they're going to continue on that strength. KNX here, looking interesting too. This is how I find stocks. I like to work from backwards. A lot of times what this does is it gets me new stocks that I probably haven't traded. So at least I'm with the industry.
Hey, there's our opening bell, and I just want to say, because I do have to hop off. I do have a meeting here in a couple minutes, so I have to hop off the stream. But if you could leave me with some likes, I would appreciate that very much. We're at like 100.
They don't need you over there.
Not even 100 likes right now. Let's get to at least over 100 before I hop off here, because I do have to go to a meeting to plan some webinar things. But there's our opening bell, and let's see what happened off the open. I'll stay for another.
All right.
Anything good?
I'm watching let's watch GME really here. I think you're getting a little pullback here, but like we said, 200 is the price point to watch on pullbacks.
Okay, I'm also seeing real fast, and I'm gonna hop PRTS car. Oh no, that's that's car parts, right? Am I making that up? PRTS. Yeah, that's car parts. Car parts is also going to be on this channel later today at 12:45 a.m. Eastern. We're going to have car parts on Benzinga Live. So PRTS, I'm watching that. They had earnings last night, so I just saw that pop off the open there. So that made me think of that. And what are you guys seeing out there? I'm going to listen while I hop off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check out Nvidia here, right? I'm gonna wait a little bit just to see what the price action looks like and everything. I don't want to rush into a trade, if you will. So I'm holding back just yet.
All right, guys, I might cut my Boston beer position. I'm up in the green, but might cut it here. We'll see what happens with it right here at the gates. Want to see it get back above 500. I've been in Sam's for about almost a week now.
For BBBY, I'm going to go ahead and set an alert at $20.37. That's around the area where I would like to go ahead and get in for a bounce from $20. So no position just yet, but that is where I have a buy alert already ready to go. Also, folks in the Twitter sphere are calling out FGF. Be careful with this one. We all know how those stocks can go, but if you want to get in, 650 would go ahead and be your risk. A break of 7. This could be a nice little move here, and that's ticker FGF.
All right, let's take a look at that Zillow trade, see what's going on in Zillow. So to me, starting off, it did a little bounce up there. Nothing much there, but let's take a look at open, see how those are reacting. Look at open. This is what I was talking about. Short out the open. Look at this. Already down from 2160s down to 2050. Already a point. You could have shorted open right out the gates and already gotten a point. That's pretty good for a $21 stock. It's already down towards the low here of 2060s. Now you're going to break that. You want to see an extension from that 2060. See if we can get down towards 20. There you go. Down to the 2030s, 2030s, 2020s. Can we get down to 20 and then bounce back up to VWAP? That's where I'd try to short it again if we can get the bounce.
I went ahead and grabbed some of that FGF, as I mentioned, around that 650 area. My fill was 660 and 667. Got 2 different fills. Again, I will be out of this at the break of 640 as an L, and my first target is going to be $6.95 to sell 3/4 of it, and the rest will hope to ride above $7.
You said that was FC. What was that? The ticker?
FGF. FGF.
And you're in common?
I am in
Frank,
commons, yeah.
Golf, Frank.
I don't actually even check. Yeah, they don't have options. Again, this is just a playing support, right? No real breakout just yet. But which is why I kind of bought closer to risk. What price to enter BBBY? For me at the moment, it's going to be here, BBBY. Definitely don't need that on there. Let's go ahead and get that out. Oh, struggling today, boys. For me, I've already got an alert set. You can see down here around $20. So that's what I'm waiting for because I believe we'll get a nice little bounce off of that hold number. That's my personal opinion. If it kind of breaks 25 before it gets to 20 with momentum, I would go ahead and get in there with options around maybe the $27 or $30 calls. But for now, that is my plan on BBBY. Let's take a look at Nvidia trying to make a move to the downside here. I will go ahead and set an alert around 260 and 56 cents. If it comes down there, I'll go ahead and try to buy a bounce off of the 260, 259 area. Again, the closer I buy to risk, the better situation I put myself in. But that's
all right, guys. Indicator for the memes doing well. GME here starting to push on up there to 222s. We want to see this start ripping. If this could start ripping, you would definitely start seeing some interest coming in from this kind of pre-market trade that you can see here clearly. If you draw that trend line here, you'd see pullbacks to 216, but it should hold that on pullbacks, and we want to see continued momentum through the 222s. One thing that you do see on the chart is you're starting to see the money.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. FGF went ahead and took profits at $6.95. Now it's at $7, letting the rest ride, break even. For me, I'm going to actually still have my stop loss at 640, but we are in the fucking money here.
See, I told you swear.
Trade.
I told you swear. Don't ever
I just did it because you told me I do. I only did it because you said I did.
And I was watching that, Zunaid. I was actually watching that as it took out 7. That was one of those trades where it just takes out the seller at 7. That thing popped to a high of high on my screen, 124, excuse me, 724 on the high on that pop through 7 there. Just an absolutely massive call. Great trade.
Thank you. Sorry, Mitch, go ahead. Just wanted to make sure if I
don't
call
lie
out
ever again, please.
I call out.
Get him, Ryan. Get him.
Go ahead, Mitch. My
apologies. You want to time out? You want to time out, man? Do I got to put you in the corner?
My bad. My bad. Sorry, Jason.
We're having fun.
No, I know.
All right, let's see what's going on out there. Yes, if you guys got a stock that's moving strong here out the gates, let us know. For me,
Wayfair.
that's Desktop Metals
Wayfair.
and Triple D. Wayfair too. That was my next one I was gonna get to. But Triple D, I like that setup. Look how it did an inside candle. Here, I'll show you guys right now. Inside candle yesterday, now pushing out through that high that you got on Monday. Another one to keep a watch on with this one that did squeeze was DM. I'm still long this one, full disclosure. I do have it down here by 767. I had the circle for what? For ads. I'm looking for a move into that area, but I didn't get it. So if it just continues breaking out, let it keep going, right? It's just going to get me more profits. That's why I took some at this resistance, going up to that resistance. Now I can hold back and let the trade work. We'll see if DM can continue today. Wayfair moving on up there. Yes, look at that. 260s. What did I say? Right, Ryan? If it hit the 260s, we would go ahead and just hang out and try to relax off of the position. That's exactly what I'm going to do today, guys. I'm looking for this one to get up to 280s. 280s is where I'd take first profit. Last profits would be up to 300. Not looking for this one to break out through 360. I'm just looking for it to push into the winter months with the supply issues that you're hearing about.
Real quick, I just want to shout out Berlin in the chat here. Ticker CHGG. 5-minute chart looks like a trend trade. And I got a 1-minute chart pulled up here, pushing right up off the open, right to that.
Get you right now.
Pivot. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Put it up for us.
CHGG. Charlie Hector Golf.
Cheggy Chegg.
I'm going to take a risky trade here. I'm going to go ahead and get into Apple. What is it? What did I just get into? Apple 150 calls, paid about 118. Low of day is going to be the risk to get out of it. It gets one of those.
You guys, I got to interrupt you. If we're going to talk about a stock,
is it not
you
on my
gotta
chart?
have it on your screen.
Hey, I'm buying it. It's on my broker. My apologies.
Yeah,
I got you guys. I'm just going to give you guys a little.
There you go.
Keep you guys in line.
You've got Apple there. Again, low of day is going to go ahead and be my stop loss there. But I am in the 150 calls, paid 118. And especially if it goes ahead and breaks VWAP here and pushes up here, it'll be a nice little trade. I am seeing some 155 calls come in, but they expire on November 12th. So it's not like it's a weekly, but it still gives me a little bit of confidence to make some money on this trade.
All right. So I'm trying to catch up with traders here. We want to catch the stocks that you guys are mentioning. It's not that we can't catch everything, but we're definitely going to catch what we see. Looks like Solar up and Wait Fox calling out SoFi breakout. So let's take a look at SoFi right quick. And as you can see, it continued that move. Looks really good going into the earnings. As you guys can see here, SoFi, really nice push there. Solar also mentioning it up. I give you guys the credit where credit's due. Definitely, let's keep going. What's another one that's been moving? Uber Crypto Morning Show talking about how Uber was a good move right out the gates.
And check out logger.com after Uber.
And pulled back. Yeah, I got you. I'll definitely check it out. So Uber's one that I would watch to see what we get in car, right? Because if car continues, then I would think Uber could get a lift also. But right now you're seeing car break down right now. So if you were looking for that car trade today, I would definitely have avoided it. I would have stopped out at 314.16s right out the gates. So that's why you guys see that line here. I had it already drawn out for the buy zone, but that would be the risk to me, and I would already be out of this trade if I did take it.
You're up about 25%. I'm going to go ahead and just sell 1/4 of my position here in Apple as we closely went real close to that high of day. So I'm going to get out of there with a profit. By the way, the other trade where we had 1/4 of my position left in FGF, I did go to get out, as I promised you guys, at the break of 640. Looks like it is going to be an interesting trade. If it comes back up, I will go ahead and get into it. But for now, it looks like a dead one. My main focus is going to be on Apple. BBBY, I don't think it is going to get anywhere near 20 just yet. Still got a long way to go. What is happening with him?
He's doing the thing from Wolf of Wall Street.
From what? Oh, Wall Street?
Yeah, he's doing the Wolf of Wall
The Wolf of Wall Street? Okay, I got you. I didn't know if he was just spazzing out with the voice and everything. You know what I mean?
That's what happens when you see AMC. Just keep moving, baby. I'm up over now 17% since Monday, guys.
I love it.
Looking for it to continue moving on up. I've talked about the resistance areas that are important for us on Money Mitch. So big area for us is right here, this high. This candle right here is 43.63. Guess where this one went? 43.65. Is there a reason why it went 2 cents off of that? Yeah, it's a resistance right there. That's what we're going to see look to break out through today. So it's 43.65, 43.62, around that area. Look for this to get really strong. If we can get through 44, I think we can get to 48 today. Let's see what happens. Do we get that breakout? GME is one that I've told you guys, watch that for the continued momentum. What do you get today? GME continued momentum. This is why I'm talking. I think people are just distracted by the BBBY move and not focused on the big boys that are really the focus of the meme stocks, which are GME and AMC.
Good call on that one. I like that, especially now we kind of see it come to fruition, right? You go ahead and leave your GME up there. Matter of fact, here, let me do this. If you go ahead and pull back to my chart here, you'll go ahead and see that GME is up about 5%, where obviously Bed Bath & Beyond is coming down, right? Now it's kind of breaking, it's down about 13% or so, especially when it was highs of what, $31 last night. So definitely a good call out there, seeing the different trajectories in both of those stocks. Again, I won't get into BBBY until that $20.50 area, but I like that. Good call out. Looking at some bearish flow on that as well. Looks like Apple high of day. Let me go ahead and get rid of this GME comparison. Yeah, there we go. Apple. Gonna just go ahead and let this one ride. We already made money on it by selling 3/4 of our position. Just gonna have this one just ride out, see what it wants to do, let it climb, and then get out as you see fit.
All right. I know Spencer's gonna kill me, but I think we can go to 10:30 today, right? You know, we could go to 10:30. You know, it doesn't matter.
We'll have him
You
yell
guys,
at you. If
I'll tell
anything.
you what. There's over 623 people watching us right now.
Let's
this
go.
second. You guys
Awesome.
out there, hit the like if you guys want us to stay towards 10:30 versus getting off in about 15 minutes. Hit that like button. If I see 300 likes, we will stay towards that 10:30. If not, unfortunately, we'll get off at 10. But it's up to you guys now to hit that like.
I mean, this is just Apple's doing really well. I wish Nvidia would kind of get it back together. I don't really have any other tickers besides the two that I've already played, and the rest I'm obviously waiting on. Nothing else. Let's go ahead and see
right,
what
let's take a look
AMC is
here.
doing.
Yeah, I haven't found anything really for new trades today yet.
Yeah.
So
U missed triple U on the 9 breakout. Quadruple U, excuse me.
To take away my FOMO, Ryan, from wanting to add to AMC, I'm just focusing on GME. If GME keeps moving up, I already expect to see AMC up. So I'm focusing on the GME chart to take away a little bit of the emotions, because if I was focused on the AMC chart, I'd be watching every tick like, oh, come on. So this is what I do a lot of the times when I don't want to go ahead and just ruin my planning that I have in AMC. I'm going to look at the stock that's very relatable, relationships, look for something that you expect could continue that industry moving, or the story here is the meme stocks. Let's see if GME can continue moving. And now is when I'd start paying attention to the other ones. Do you start getting a push in maybe Naked? Do you get a push in Sundial? Those high short interest stocks, that's what you need to keep a watch on right now, because those are the ones that will move, and they'll move really quickly.
Take a look at Lottery, because this is one that you were on Stack
lot.
Attack.
It's actually one that I actually gave out. So my gambling stocks that I like right now, so just to put these out there, is GAN, DKNG, Lottery, and SEAH, Sports Entertainment. So GAN and DKNG, let's go to those first, and then I'll show you guys why I like that. Multiple bottom area that you can go off. Do I think this one can rip through 18s? Nah, I really would just play it back towards, let's say, 1650. But I think this company eventually just gets bought out. GAN. DKNG. Let's look at DKNG. It's still fighting that bottom support right now. So you could call it maybe 4650s. So that's what you want to see hold right now. But I do think that this one's going to come back up closer towards the 200-day moving average. 56 is what I'd be looking for. But we'll see how DKNG can continue. And then you talked about Lottery. Lottery is more of a SPAC play, but I do like the weekly approach You see this weekly approach. If it can hold 13s on pullbacks, get back up there towards 15s, it will be looking strong to at least test this line right here and get back into this area. That's what I'd be looking for, as long as it could hold somewhere in this area and then get back on up there. All right, how's the trades going, Zunaid and Ryan? I don't have a day trade put on
Neither
today,
do I yet.
just because I'm watching too many of my positions. And when you look at your portfolio, and I'm already up like over $50 on the day, I'm not really stressing, right? I don't have to make a day trade if my swing trades are working for me.
So that
This is one thing that I'm trying to learn from, because I'm not always a day trader and swing trader. This has come really with this show, because I went back to day trading a little bit with this show. So I'm trying to learn how to balance that. Days that I feel that I don't need to day trade, I'm not going to go ahead and push on the gas pedal if I see that my portfolio and my swing trades are already working for me.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that you brought that up, because I actually get this question quite a bit in the support role that I have. You know, how do I know when to trade? How do I know when trading is too much? The reality is that if there is no trade, then sometimes that's the right move, right? Don't make a trade. Don't feel as if you need to. If you're better swing trading, there's no reason to just force day trades when they're not there, right? And that's a really important distinction. Honestly, some of my biggest mistakes have not been from swings that I've either mistimed or gone wrong on. They've been on problems where I've compounded it by trying to day trade and trying to overtrade. So here I am. I feel bad, right? Because we're live trading. I don't have a single day trade put on. I feel bad about that. But at the same time, I'm not just going to be reckless. I'm not just going to shout things out for the sake of shouting them out. I'm going to try to find setups that actually make sense and then trade what makes sense. That's actually one of the reasons I love trading in the community, because you guys help me with that. All of you, including the chat.
100%, Ryan. It's very important to learn. I always talk about it as the river flowing and the river drying up. There's times when volatility is high and you seem like trends seem to hold. And then there's times when you're just seeing patterns break down. Day trading patterns, swing trading patterns. Those are times when the well is dried up and you have to go ahead and hold your capital and wait to put the gas pedal when you actually see the patterns coming to fruition. I think this is very important. This is all about taking your data and looking at your patterns, seeing how they're performing. If you're not seeing how they're performing, then you can't adjust from strategy to strategy. What you have to do is actually hold your money back at that point and wait for that strategy to come back into play. This is what a lot of the really good day traders, they do. They have multiple strategies and they're tracking them to adjust to that strategy with the cyclicalness of the market. Sometimes one strategy is going to be working more than another. And if you don't have multiple strategies to work on, what you need to do is, when that one strategy isn't working as much, you need to hold back the capital and wait to land on that gas pedal when you do see the pattern coming back into play. What this does is it helps you through the waves of trading, which you will always go through. You'll see your P&L go up, down, up, down, up, down. The key is controlling the down waves so that it's a short down wave. And when you get that next push up, it's a big push up. Why? Because you're pushing on the gas pedal at the right time and also hitting the brake at the right time.
And by the way, check out Skills. I know the chat's all over this. SKLZ. This thing has just been a rocket right out of the gate. We had a great trade on a break at 210, pushed this thing to 275 here. So this thing's going crazy. The other thing is that why don't you pull up your GME trade, Mitch? Because that seems to be working pretty well.
Let's take a look. I'm going to really quickly, before we get to GME and cover that, I'm going to go through the sectors here. So consumer cyclical doing really good today, guys, up 0.35. Leading in that sector is these industries, department stores. And you can see Macy's up 6%. Looks like I sold Macy's a little early. I had bought that one up earlier in the week and I sold it on Monday. Looks like I might have sold it early. KSS is up 5%. DDS is up 7.69%. So definitely reopening trade there on. Apparel manufacturing doing well. Under Armour, Levi, Ralph Lauren, all having great days there. Footwears and accessories, we talked about it. Foot Locker doing good. Crocs having a good day. Also Stephen Madden. You guys remember, if you guys are a big short fan, you guys probably had had seen. Oh no, the Wolf of Wall Street. That was the Madden one. You guys are seeing this one push on up today, so keep your eyes on these. And let's keep going down. You guys can see some of these sectors here: auto manufacturing, special retailing, doing well. In auto manufacturing, you're seeing FFIE and Race and Lucid do well today. I was actually looking for Lucid right now to hold the 1 hour pattern here that I had drawn out. I've talked about how if you want to stay with Lucid, I think the best way to look at it right now is a 1 hour chart. And you can see how it held support, push back up today. I'm feeling good about this now that it's starting to push back up and holding that support. I talked about 33 being the very important price point for pullbacks today. If it broke that, I wasn't going to be in a bullish sense anymore, but it held that, pushing on up there towards 36.20s today. We'll see if this one pulls back. Let me see on the 5 minute or the 1 minute, see if we could get a VWAP bounce. We already got one. Look for another one at 35.25s. We'll see if it pulls back there. All right, let me go back to GME there.
Real quick before you start going off on GME, Tesla are looking to try to take out 1190. I think we had someone in calls earlier.
Not me.
Which one?
No, one of the chat members.
Oh, okay. I was like,
all right,
play that.
Sounds good. Well, chat member, whoever was taking that one, come back in. Let us know. Randall, you guys are insane if you don't start covering GME. Well, guess what, Randall? We've been covering GME all morning.
Real quick, couple of stocks to keep an eye on. Zillow, man, this is gonna be a riskier trade, so please do not tail this one if you don't want to. But I've got a $70 put on Zillow on the break of 73, which was low of day. I will go ahead and cover at 74, so I am risking $1 there. On the other side, I've got AMD looking to get the 130 calls. Risk is going to be below VWAP. So those are the two trades that I am currently in.
All right, guys. Now my Wayfair position's up over 10%. DM up over 14, AMC up over 14%, pulling back a little bit. Sam is up to 3%, held that 496 that we talked about at the open, already up to 498. I want to see that one get back to 500, and that will still keep looking good. And we're just going to keep trading and keep looking for a trade. If you guys see anything rocket off, let us know. One that I did talk about that I wanted to keep an eye out is Palantir today. Palantir had a pullback yesterday, had a pullback looks like today. I'm starting to look for this one. I really want to get a chance if we can get it at the 200-day moving average, 25. Let's see if it pulls back to those levels. It had multiple times to try to break out through this 2650. I think if it goes back to that level, it breaks out. So we'll see what happens with Palantir. I know a lot of people keep their eyes on this stock.
Yeah. A lot of sweeps in Workhorse right now. It's not really doing a whole lot, and it's down on the day, but some stuff coming in on there. Option contracts.
WKHS, to tell you the truth, I being as one of the persons that called Workhorse from 3, I'm done with this company, right?
Yeah, I don't necessarily like it either. Again, this is just something that, when you see a lot of options,
it moves, it
like
pops.
That, so
high short interest.
BLMN looks like it's going here. Yep.
Nike calling out by trade money. We talked about it, that we wanted to see Nike continue. What did it do right out the gates? Look at that. That's a high trend, guys. Nike's been doing really, really well, guys. If you guys have been missing this run, look at this. Look at that trend. That is what you want to see in a stock. Pullback days, yeah, and then it rips back up. Beautiful trade there, Nike. Let's see if DKS is having a good day. And what does it do? Look at this, guys. Talked about this one pre-market. Look at that candle, baby.
Yeah, that's a monster candle. That's a monster candle.
Look at that. DKS.
Looks
right
like cost is moving too, Mitch, with your AMC GME.
Guys. Let's look at it.
Yep, there it goes.
There you go.
Look at the volume pouring into this.
I'm telling you, they're watching GME, and that's their indicator.
Yeah, I think 750 might be.
They want to see GME keep moving, and then they're going to start piling into these other little smaller plays. Because really, Ryan, isn't it easier to move a smaller stock like KOS than it is to move GME right now?
Yeah, I would think so.
You would think so, because the float is smaller, the short interest is higher, and so those can move faster. But I would rather stay into the main plays like GME and AMC, because the volatility might be too much for me in those smaller names like KOS and BBBY. I would rather play these that I feel haven't broke down on the daily chart. I feel like that helps me a little bit with the volatility.
Gotcha.
Real
I see
quick.
Crazy in the chat saying, Ryan, thanks for Chegg, CHGG. No problem, Crazy, but please thank Berlin.
nice.
He was the one that shouted that out earlier. Berlin's been all
Shout
over
out.
Chegg. So be sure to pass along your congratulations. Great trade, both of you, though. Great job.
What's up, Zoo?
What? We're gonna need to work on that nickname. But Zillow, you went ahead and got 70 cents on the trade on the comments. Unfortunately, options have not moved as pretty. They're only up about 8%. So not real happy with that. Comments would have been the better trade possibly. But again, my target is going to be for it to be fading away and get to $70.50. So I risked $1. $74 was my risk. My target is going to be about $70.50. That way I have a nice risk reward. AMD went ahead and grabbed some more off of that VWAP bounce. If it goes ahead and breaks VWAP, I will go ahead and be out of this trade. But so far, just went and grabbed some more off of that VWAP bounce that we already mentioned.
All right,
Cost $17.50.
Got to interrupt us here because we're getting towards that time that if you guys don't smash the bell or smash that like, guess what? We're going to have to get off, guys. We need 62 likes to get us to stay on towards 10:30. Right now, it's about 3 minutes towards we would have to get off. So if you guys want to keep us on, go ahead and smash that like button. Support us on up and hit it on up. Let's keep going. Let's see what we're seeing out there. If not, I'll start doing a little review today. I talked about a couple of trades that I was watching. OSTK, Wayfair, been looking at DKS, talked about Nike. Those stocks have all been doing great out the open. Of course, we're going to keep on watch. W, where I'm swing trading, I'm liking that move. If it can continue holding 260s on the close, that would be good for me. Let's go ahead and take a look at BGFV. That was another one that I mentioned earlier today. How did that one do out the gates? Look what it did. It puts on up there to 30.50. Another good stock that I've been watching. It seems like a lot of these that have good setups, if you have a good, strong day in the market, they've been pushing on up. So that's why I'm trying to stay on these. And this is the time when I look at it. And if I gave out 5 trades today, pretty much I think 5 out of 5 were all into the green and pretty good into the green. So what that shows me is that at least my looks, my patterns that I'm looking for are all clicking right now. That's when I need to push the gas pedal. That's when I need to try to jump on it. Use my margin. I keep margin for when I want to use it. This is the time, boom, and I start smacking onto the margin, because if things are going to go in my direction, that's when I want to put the gas pedal on. All right, that's going to be my wrap up. Do you want to wrap up anything from Zunaid?
Yeah, I mean, you've got Zillow here. You already got $1 move. So you risked $1, and now you're $1 in the money, if you will. Again, I'm not going to go ahead and get out of this one. Personally, I am going to be greedy with it, wait for it to come down to about, let's go ahead and say the $70.50 area that I already kind of called out. And AMD, that one bounced off of VWAP, or we went and grabbed some more. As you can see right there, always talk about VWAP as the great way to kind of play those support levels. And so far, it's looking pretty. So those are the 2 tickers that I am still in. So far, so good. Manage your trades as we get off air, though.
Yeah, real quick. One of the things that I was just seeing while we were talking there is ticker AI, huge spike. Jan 55 call buyers in size coming for AI today. We're currently at a 46.7 price here. So AI, this is going to be something I'm going to watch here. I'm kind of interested in these calls. $3 ask.
All right, let's start taking a look at BBBY. It's starting to slow down here. It's starting to get interesting for me. I might take a day trade on this off of 22 right here. I'm expecting to see a little bit of a squeeze through the 250s right now. Let me see if I can get this trade on here for us. Do a little day trade action, a little smaller trade, but I'll take the shot here if I can get the entry.
But let's see. What's a good, before we get off air, what's a good YOLO that I feel like we can have?
Well, guess what, Zunaid? They want to keep us on. They hit the likes.
I was just going to say
317.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. What was the goal?
They want to keep us 300.
I'm good. I'm good to stay for another half hour. Again, I'm just managing trades. I don't know if I'll get into any more just yet.
No worries.
So far, I'm just kind of watching the ones that we've already called out, including Zillow on the short side. and AMD on the long side. Let's see what's going on with Zillow here. Yep, still just, I mean, come on down. Now, here's what's going to happen. Eventually, this is going to go ahead and try to test VWAP, right? And then that's where you can go ahead and load up some more if you kind of believed in the thesis, if you will. But so far,
long BBBY, guys.
What'd you take?
24.35. 22.35.
Oh, okay. You got it in commons. Got it.
Nice.
Yeah, commons.
Awesome.
You know me. For me,
Cost 1750, by the way.
We're going to set the out at 21.82, and we're going to set that right now. So that when a stock like this, I don't want it to break through my stop. So I'm going to go ahead and set here 21.82 and then 21.80 for the limit. I'm doing a stop limit order because I don't like stops because that could fill me at any price. I want to do a stop limit order. So I already have it out there to protect me on the downside. Now I can take my hands off of this trade. This is an objective type of trade. It needs to break out through 22.50. If it breaks down through 21.82s, I'm 100% out.
Something else that I forgot to kind of follow up on is Ford. Went ahead and talked about it yesterday on the show about how I'm swinging this one because of the Rivian IPO that's going to happen early next week and how Ford has a position in it. Amazon does as well. So I went ahead and grabbed some Ford calls because the hotter that IPO is, the more I believe the stock will rise for Ford in comparison to it. Again, that's my opinion. That's my thought process of getting into the trade. So far on those option calls, we are up about only 14%. But again, I'm really hoping this will heat up a little bit when it gets closer to early next week, later this week. And those option contracts are November 19, $18 calls that expire on November 19th. On that Zillow contract that we took, the puts, you're only up about 15%. If you grab the commons, you're doing a little better. And on the Apple trade to the long side, you're up about 20%. AMD, you're down about 10, as that's still struggling to break the 130 area.
It's a good day for stocks. You know, when you're seeing stocks start pushing like this, you're seeing what a lot of the industries that are hot lately stay into the green right now. Consumer cyclicals, consumer defensive, basic materials, financial services, communication services, all up. The only thing down right now is actually technology. I don't know why technology is lagging so much from the open, but definitely GME,
fund
guys.
size.
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm going to go and grab some fund size here at 252. I will go ahead and stop that at 248. So again, very fun size. Very, very fun size. If I lose it, hey, cool. I don't want to miss a movement like car. I'm not going to lie to you. That's my thought process here. It's an ugly one. Don't follow. Just watch me fail in misery. But I am in. My fill was 252.41.
Mob scene. The reason I'm not pulling up the AMC chart is because I'm long it already. I'm trying not to look, my friend. But definitely, I'm keeping an eye out on it. I'm sure I'm up a pretty significant amount here. We'll see what happens. So GME looking strong.
Damn it!
There you go.
I'll go ahead and get back in. If it goes ahead and breaks that 250 area, I will go ahead and get back in again. Since it was such small size, I have no problem kind of going back and forth on it. Dancing on that. You got to dance sometimes. It's okay to dance. What's not okay is look,
to
I'm
get
risking
stuck.
$4, right? But I'm obviously hoping for a move towards 275, 300. So like my reward's gonna be much, much greater. So I have no problem risking $4 and being wrong on it. Everything's getting slammed at the moment. Apple's down. AMD just took a little bit of a downside hit on the 1 minute candle. So it's not like it's crashing. Don't say I think that.
BBBY stopped out.
The main trade that's keeping us in profit at the moment is Zillow.
The Zillow.
You've got a profit about $1.75 if you went into commons. On the options contract, you're finally up about 34%, 35%. And even with that downtick in Apple, you're still up about 10%. So go ahead and get out if you're not comfortable with it. But AMD right around VWAP as well. Breaks that, go ahead and cut it.
Daniel bringing a chart that I like the look of it is Stitch Fix. It is looking like it's starting to break the trend line here. So Daniel, I'll give you the shout out for that one. I know you mentioned that one. I do like the trade there as a swing trade. Maybe not even a day trade, but as a swing trade up. It looks interesting. You got some levels to go off of right underneath it. I like the 35 level right now if you took the shot, but hey, that's not a bad looking chart there. And one thing that I would point out is the money has turned into the positives. That's a good sign. Last time you got this move from the down here to up above positive, what happened was right here in May where it went down and then up here into that move, right? And so that's the same thing I would expect, that down action here. And now that you're
Real
starting
quick,
to
sorry,
pop the
GME back
budget,
in at
looking for that
252.83.
move.
252.83 back in on GME again, risking $4. If it goes in and takes me out, cool. But if I get to ride all the way up to 275, yahoo!
I'll dance with you, Zunaid. GME can keep on dancing on up.
Went ahead and up. Oh, come on, don't do this to me.
All right. Full disclosure, I'm not doing this
out.
to pump,
Damn
but
it.
I want to have some fun here. So let's have some fun. I used to play this video on Spax Attack all the time, but
Oh, is that the
a little rock action, you know?
well, no, that song, I feel like I've heard it somewhere. Is that the dude on the skateboard song?
No, it sounds similar to it, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It does sound similar to it. I can't blame that. All right, let me
Zillow
get back
is
to
the only thing
pre-market
that's pretty
prep.
much saving me from my stupid GME getting in, getting out. I've been stopped out twice now, and I've lost a total of $8 on the trade. I'm still okay with it. It's fine. I knew it was risky, so I went in with small size. By the way, Zillow, 10 cents away from our initial target. I swear to God, if it goes ahead and not make it, I'll be very upset.
All right, guys. Starting to look to see if AMC is going to slow down a little bit. It's not slowing down right now. Up about 19% on AMC here. Still holding, guys. Still holding.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not trying to play around with this one since we're having folks watch us as well. I'm going to go ahead and cover half of my position here. It's a 45% profit on the contract of Zillow, $70 puts, bottom at $1.55. Now they're trading at $2.26. Because as you can see here on my chart, I have an alert set around $70.30 or so to go long for a bounce from 70. But for now, I'm going to go and secure some profits here, and we'll see what happens. I mean, you're down 20%. This was a nice trade here. AMD finally bouncing off of that VWAP area as well. So thankfully that trade has been saved. That VWAP, guys, learn it, watch the charts, look how they react to it, study it. And I'm telling you, I mean, that's the only indicator really. As you can see, I've got the EMAs, but my main trades and support resistance is the VWAP. That's typically it that I use.
Real quick, Zunaid, I just want to do a shout out here to Trent saying, "Where's Ryan?" I had to go to the bathroom, man. It's a busy day. I had to run to the washroom. View for you. You brought up a great chart here. View for you shouted out Geo, ticker Golf Echo Oscar, Geo Group. This actually, I was a little slow, so I didn't call this right when it was happening, but there was a great day trade here earlier on that push off of 875 area. You actually took out 880. This thing ran to 897. This is actually a really great daily chart here. In fact, if we take a look at the daily, you can see, let me zoom out here so it's a little easier to see. This is a really, really great chart. This is actually something that I'd be interested in.
Hey, guys, sorry to interrupt, Ryan. I normally don't interrupt, but I got an alert signal, price signal with price action that I've been waiting for a long time. This is Hood with a breakout right there. Hood on the breakout, guys. Robin Hood starting to push on up there. I've been waiting for it to break this line for a while now. Sorry to interrupt, but just thinking that that is what I was looking for. To come back into that, it's called the undercut and rally trade. So when the stock goes on up, it gives you that push. It washes out underneath the support, and then it comes back to try to clear it and start getting strong. I think you could see a reversal here on Hood, and it looks interesting for the day, at least for sure, for a swing trade now that it's starting to push on up. And look how that did a nice lift on the 5-minute. I'd look for pullbacks 35.75 or 35.50s. Back to you, Ryan.
No problem. I was just talking about Geo. I'm looking at ADT here. Something's going on in ADT. Geo here, I actually think we're setting up for another trade here. I actually think we try to take out 897 on the day. But like I was saying, this daily is really, really good looking. I think that this is a potential swing long opportunity. So I'm kind of watching this. I want to see how this behaves around high of day. But a great shout out by, I think it was View for You. Yep, view for you. Great shout out earlier. I actually saw that on that trade. And then ADT, this is the stock that I was just looking at. Monster sweeps coming in ADT. You can see the huge volume here. Something's going on. I have not heard anything yet. So if you guys find or hear any of the news on what's going on in ADT, that would be good to hear. We might have another trade here.
Yeah, nice lift there from about 865s up there to 910.
Tons of sweeps on Wish. Tons of volume too. Wish, ticker WISH. I don't like the stock, but it's moving. Something's happening.
There you go. We're starting to get the memes to move.
Yep.
All what I talked about. It's the high short interest ones that will be attacked first. So Wish, look for Wish. Look, another one that I wanted to keep on watch that I was going to even think about taking a swing trade on was NEGG, NEGG. Be careful. This one could start moving too. Keep it on watch. It hasn't moved just yet, but definitely one that I could see all of a sudden it jumping on. Hood is junk. Yeah, but if Hood's moving, Hood's moving. I put it this way. I don't believe in the company, but at the end of the day, money's money.
Who was calling weed stocks earlier? There was someone in our chat right here calling weed stocks earlier.
I've been pushing weed stocks. I think weed stocks have a huge year in 2022. Huge. Why? Because I think we get federal decriminalization.
Yeah.
Not legalization, but I think we get decriminalization from the federal level.
Another risky.
So one that I was going to take YOLO trade was Sundial. That was the one I was going to go YOLO on. Off the 65s, I was going to go YOLO, looking for this to go back to $1. Penny stock. We even bring up those guys. I know that people hit me all the time. Oh, you only talk about like big stocks, like over $100. No, I'll bring this one up too. Hey, not a bad one. What are you looking at, Zunaid?
On the Twitter sphere, you've got DRMA being talked about. If you wanted to kind of get into this one, because again, if someone calls it out, it kind of flies. So if you want to risk about 40 cents or so, you can buy right here at about $6.18. Your stop loss would be $5.80. And I would go ahead and set your profit targets at around $6.80. Again, very risky trade. You might be out within 5 seconds of getting into it, but sometimes these are the types of ones that make you good money as well. As you can see, it was already halted up once. Would not be surprised if we saw a movement here again. But 618 is my fill. 580 is my stop loss. And my target is going to be, I'll have my first target at 645, and then my second target at 680, and then the rest we'll go ahead and let ride. AMD bouncing again, looking to break that 130. So far, it's only at 129. Apple is still kind of dancing around 150, 55. Zillow, $70.50, and that's a nice
big
move there. Now it's just, I just needed to touch $70. Just boop, just tap 70, please. Thank you.
Yeah, there was a rumor out there and this is complete rumor, is that Tilray was trying to do a hostile takeover of Hexo. So that's the rumor. Crypto bringing it in here. I saw it mentioned earlier too. I saw it mentioned yesterday. So that rumor is out there. I will say it's a rumor though, nothing confirmed. And I think Hexo would come out and say, "Hey, they're trying to take us over, guys."
Yeah.
They usually come out with that one, right, Ryan? When they see the hostile takeover.
Yeah, they don't necessarily want to just be like, yeah, we're gonna get steamrolled here. They're gonna put up some type of defense.
Exactly. What usually that is a comment to their investors.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's someone trying to take us over. Just to give you the insight so that you know if you want to continue in our company or not.
BBBY, by the way. Real quick, it looks like Tesla vehicles are being added to Uber's scheme to accelerate electrification of its London fleet. So keep an eye on those tickers. But in terms of BBBY, came close, maybe 70 cents away from that $20 area. I'm not in the trade, but someone asked about it earlier. And so that's what's going on with that chart.
Yeah, it broke down through my level, so I at least got out of it. And there's a reason why I got out of it, right, guys? Imagine if I didn't place that stop at the 2180s. That's where I ended up getting out. Literally right where I put the stop loss limit order, and I would have been down towards 2075. Do I want to lose another point and be in the risk for this? No. That's the whole idea of free commission trading, is that you can get in and out, and as long as you know your risk, take that out and cut it quickly. Don't let your commissions play into the factor why you stay into the trade. Also, don't hope, wish, or or pray that any of these stocks go in your direction. That's not how you trade momentum or these meme stocks. You want to be in a good position, kind of like I got into AMC, where I'm into the green and just letting it work. That's what you want to be in if you're into these positions. Not really giving you guys financial advice, but more along just trying to watch out for you guys, because I don't want people thinking that you just get into a trade and you hope for it to go in your direction. That's the absolute wrong thing to do. You want to have a full trade plan and attack it.
NEGG, huge spike. I know you had it on your screen earlier, Mitch. Huge spike right here. I wouldn't necessarily chase this here, but something obviously going on. Good catch earlier before this spike.
What did I just call? Yos, whoever's watching us, guys, lay off. I'm stop giving you stocks. Stop watching. Those hedgies, man. They be watching Benzinga.
You've got AMD looking to kind of break it. By the way, Zillow, still waiting for it to kind of do its thing. BBBY hasn't really hit my target. The other stock that the risky one was VRMA. You can see the low of it, and there it is, Zillow. Woo-wee. Let me go ahead and pull this one up. Everything's just all over the place. Zillow.
There you go. Got your chart up.
Yeah, thank you. Those puts that we went ahead and purchased, you are now up 60%. Bought at $1.55. Now they're trading at $2.50 on the ask. I am here. I'm going to go ahead and sell some more here, because I am afraid that this is going to come back and test 72 or maybe test the VWAP before it continues down to 69. I do expect this $70 level. As you can see in pre-market, it wasn't easy to break whatsoever, especially the lows of 69, 67. So I'm going to expect a little bit of resistance here, and I'm okay with it because I'm expecting it. But I would be definitely getting in if it tests VWAP. I'll go ahead and get short again for it to push and maybe even hold some for it to go ahead and get a gap down tomorrow. But that's the trade plan. You're already in the money. You've already made beautiful money here. It's a $3 trade. We shorted it at 73 with a stop loss at 74. So $1 risk, got $2.70 in the reward. But that's the trade plan moving forward for me on Zillow.
All right, got to move back to the meme plays. So,
what'd you say, pal?
Vuzi through 13. We had someone earlier in the chat mentioning Vuzi over and over again. Just pushed through 13 here on a little bit of a val pop.
Oh yeah, it did hit all the way up to like 13.25. And
another good call, man. Tell you what, this is fun, guys. But our chat is awesome. They are all over the things that are moving around right now. We've got a ton of trading ideas here just from our chat. Great way to go. This is a communal effort today, folks. Absolutely love it.
Absolutely. We killed this, Ryan. We did an article that was 10 meta stocks to look for trade reactions, and this was a part of that. I brought that up on Monday on Money Mitch. This is why you got to stick with Benzinga. At the end of the day, we're going to get you guys to the information that you guys need to go ahead and make actionable trade ideas on. We bring you the information, then you go ahead and out there bring that action to the trade idea. So to me, I brought up 10 stocks. Another one that I brought up that I wanted to keep a watch on, and I haven't taken a look to see what it's moving. So KOPN, that's another one that was mentioned for a meta play. And look, it's up. A lot of these meta plays have been doing well. Look how this one has been looking strong. This is literally the box that I put for a buy zone area. 550s yesterday would have got you in there, and then you would have been able to get back up there towards 625, already having let's say if we got the 50s, you would already be up about 14% on the name just from Monday, yesterday, really, if you got in. So we got to stick to these setups. Always try to stay with the information, the news flow. Meta is one that's definitely being played right now.
I like Crypto Morning Show's comment here. New show, Meta Mitch. You're I don't know about new show. I like that. But your nickname now is Meta Mitch.
Meta Mitch. I like
Meta Mitch, baby. Let's go.
You could go ahead. Just be careful and don't rhyme that with something else, or else you're going to say you met another type of individual. But I like that. Meta Mitch. I like it. It's a nice show name for sure. Someone in the chat, by the way, went ahead and asked what my lines were. If you want to go ahead and pull up my chart, I can quickly explain it.
Let's go ahead and take a look here.
You've got the yellow, which is VWAP, right? So let me go ahead and put up a cleaner chart here. You've got the yellow, which is VWAP. And then you've got the green clouds here. Again, these are not mine. This is another individual, Ripster, very well known in the community. I enjoy his trend trading, and that's what I use. So it's not mine, but it's the 5 and 13 MAs. And that's what it is. So as long as this is kind of continuing in the green, I'll stay in the trade. If it kind of turns red on me, I would go ahead and get out. And it kind of helps you also get an idea of where the trend is, if it's bullish, bearish, all that stuff. But to answer your question, that's what it is. Again, it is not mine. Let me not pretend to take credit for it. And by the way, Zillow, why did we go ahead and take our profits here? Because like we said, it's going to go ahead and test it because that $70 is going to be a little bit strong. But now let's see if it comes back. I am not going to add to my puts unless it tests VWAP. So far it hasn't, so I'm still playing with whatever I've got. So just an FYI on that. Another stock real quick that we went ahead and got a position in, DRMA. Talked about how this is being talked in the Twitter world. Went ahead and got a position at $6.21. Our stop loss was below 580, and now it's back to about $6.28. It's got to clear this VWAP area, which is around 650, and then kind of continue flying. But so far, we're about 13 cents in the money. That's not good enough just yet.
All right, guys, I want to start calling out some stocks that have really been moving today. Of course, GME pulling back there towards the VWAP. We'll see if VWAP bounces there. Some other ones have been moving. One that I wanted to call that I called out earlier, Triple D, still looking good there. AI, look at that,
man.
That's a beauty.
That 4650 break sent that thing. What are we in a point to 125 above that? Unbelievable mover on AI. Someone else in the chat hit this too.
There's a lot going on out there.
Yeah,
Definitely a lot of stocks that you can be seeing into the green. When you see this much into the green, this is when I like to go ahead and press on the gas pedal and also not be afraid to take profits, right? I know a lot of people get into moments like this, Ryan, where they see so much green, they just don't want to take profits, which is actually the wrong thinking a lot of the times. A lot of times we end up taking profits into weakness versus taking profits into the strength. That's what you want to do. Even if you miss out, let's say 20 cents, 30 cents, even if it goes up $1 past that point, it's all about reward targets and giving yourself the pat on the back for the execution, not for the, I could have made $1 million playing the hero game. That's not what we trade for. We trade for hitting our reward targets and giving ourselves the pat on the back. And that all comes through execution of your trading
and
plan.
Forget, a lot of the tickers that we shout out right there. What you just said is probably one of the most valuable pieces of information that anyone new to this game can possibly hear. One of the things that I struggled with when I first started was I'd be up on something like this, with staircase like this, and I'd be like, this is great. I'm going to get a Lambo. This is going to be awesome. And then it starts to go against you, and you don't want to take it. You should always be selling into strength, and you should, on the other side, don't sell into weakness, right? If you have a plan, stick to your plan. If the plan changes, then change. But Mitch, I think that's really, really good advice. Really, really good advice. Can't be said enough, honestly. Something I absolutely struggled with as a newer.
It's the cycles of trading. A lot of times, like, you'll see your positions, they go into the red, they go into the green, you need to learn how to balance that wave and also understand that no one ever knows where a stock is going to go. No one. And so with this, it's more about tackling an objective plan than being subjective and realizing that you can't hold to quantifying your trades because you're not objective. You're in a subjective manner in the way that you trade. If you're not objective, you're not going to be able to quantify your trading. If you can't quantify it, then it's just too much pressure on the probability side because you're all over the place. You're not trading one way. And when you trade one way, at least you can determine the results and adapt from those results.
On the DRMA trade, took some profits, was hoping for a continuation, but so far it hasn't. But again, we're still okay. Trend is still good. And we're looking all right, but went ahead and took some profits, as you can see on that spike that we already told you guys where to take profits, and that was $6.45. The next one is $6.80, and then we let the rest ride, hopefully over $7. But got out 1/3 of a position already to lock in some gains. AMD broke that VWAP, so I'm out of AMD. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Apple's doing because my stop wasn't hit yet. And which is why we're still in the trade. So still stuck around that VWAP area. It's doing just fine. The break of 150 was going to be my stop loss. So far, it's looking good, and we are doing okay in that trade.
PTPI looks like this is curling back up. Just took out 3 on volume. I'm not in this. Didn't trade this yet. I'd like to, but not in this right now. PTPI curling back up here. Would like to see this actually continue to push through 3 and then build And I think if you do that, you might take out that high at 350 today. So possible opportunity there still. Still looking around for some other stuff. AI, man, this is just no red candles on the 5-minute chart. Just one little red doji. Everything else is just a staircase. Unreal morning.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start taking profits here in certain trades. So the first one that I'm looking at is my Sam's trade. Looking to take the trade off of 502. If you guys know, I got in this trade at 486.75. Looking to go ahead and take profits. I could hold on a 500 to pull back and just hold as that level as a stop. But I'm looking to go ahead and use some of this money. I want to rotate it because it's not giving me money fast enough in this environment. I only got 3% for holding it for over a week. So to me, yes, it was a good gain because it's a $500 stock. 3% on a $500 stock is not that bad. But one thing that I noticed is that the speed isn't as high as my other trades. I want to use that capital and try to rotate it to a faster type of name that could give me the rewards that I'm looking for in this environment.
Webcoin, nice shout out. ADT continues to push. Like I said, something's going on here. Have you heard anything? I have not heard anything yet. Saw this actually take out 9.
That seems like a high short interest type of stock. I don't know if anybody has some short interest data for us, but I could see ADT being a short interest type stock.
ADT had some call activity going into it. You had the November 19th $10 calls coming in, maybe around $200,000 worth. And then you had some $10 calls in December 17th coming in as well. But besides that, I don't see much.
All right, guys. Just closed my Sam's position. So Sam's is done there.
Sorry.
All right, guys. So now for swing trades, I'm still keeping an eye on, of course, AMC. Let's finally take a look at it. I haven't taken a look all day because it's been a little bit of a ride. I've been trying to watch my percentages. I got up to a high of 20% on the trade. It went up there towards 44, turned around. What were the levels that I gave for the turnaround? Was exactly that resistance that you see it wick through multiple times. It got up there, wicked, got up there, wicked, got up there, wicked. We talked about it. 43.65, 43.62 would be the area of tough resistance. So now that you've made 2 attempts to break it, on this third attempt, we want to see it hang out up here. Maybe you go to 44, then back to 43.50, but after that, not come back down to a 42. We want it to stay up on the top of the trend and break out through it.
SoFi, nice looking chart. More sweeps here on SoFi.
Come on.
SoFi really needs to take out 24.50. I feel like that's going to be your level. I got 24.53 on there. Let me adjust this.
Zillow doing exactly what we knew it would go ahead and do, getting a little bit of bounce. Again, still not going to grab more puts until and unless I see a retest of that VWAP to give me the best risk reward. 72.49 is the area that I'm going to look at to reload some stuff. But so far, still hanging on to the puts that I had. And there's a reason we went ahead and filled around that $70 area because we knew that bounce was going to come.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start the wrap up here. We're hitting 10:30. So unfortunately, we got to go, guys. But like always, smash the like, hit the subscribe. And if you hit that bell, you'll be notified when we go live. We're going to keep doing live trading with Benzinga. And we're actually going to move towards an everyday. Yes, I said it. Every day, you guys will get us right here, Ryan, Zunaid, Money Mitch, right here, live trading for you guys. And at the end of the day, yes, we all have different strategies, and we're going to be going after different trades. But it's also great to trade with a community that supports you in the right ways. That's what we want to do here. Is we want to give you guys insight in how we've grown as a trader, and of course, try to give you guys the information that you guys need to improve your skills. Definitely smash that like. We'll see you guys next time right here on Live Trading with Benzinga. And if you guys could do me the favor, hit the comments up. Let us know what was your favorite part of the show. What do you want to see more of? Do you want us to talk more strategy? Do you just want us to talk more trading psychology? Do you just want us to stick to the stocks, not talk about any educational stuff? I want to know what you guys think. So definitely hit us up in the comments after, and we'll see you next time on live trading with Benzinga. Up next, you got the SPACs attack. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to go through all the calendar for November on what stocks could move in November that are SPACs. And if you've seen, there's been some of these SPACs that have really run in the last kind of week or so. So we'll be talking about BKKT, Lucid. We'll be talking about one that I like right now, Body, that's having a good day. We'll see what happens with these. I've taken some trades, and we'll talk about them on SPACs Attack, and we'll see you next time on live trading. Until then, Ryan and Zunaid, and anything to leave off with?
Hey, stay safe, preserve capital, make some money.
That's right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Only way. See you guys.